Want to crochet a blanket that looks like pops of blooming flowers, but is actually super easy to make? My name is Rachel Alford from Cozy Nooks Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Evergarden Blanket. The Evergarden Blanket uses gradient yarn to create fun textures and an eye-catching design. It's relaxing, considered level easy, and comes in 3 different blanket sizes. This is a free pattern on my blog, which you can get right here. It is also a Lion Brand yarn kit, so you can get all of the yarn needed to make this blanket, and the free pattern is included. One of the best parts about getting the Lion Brand yarn kit is you can customize the colors. So you can choose this colored burgundy, which is what the sample is made in, as well as any of these other colors here. And you can get the Lion Brand yarn kit right here. So let's grab our hook and yarn and let's get started. These are the materials needed for the Evergarden blanket. You're going to need scissors, tapestry needle, size I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and then I use Mandala gradient Lion Brand yarn in the color burgundy. And you need to check the blog post to see how many skeins you need for the size you're making. But to start the blanket off, I started the body of the blanket from the outside of the skein. And then when I hit the triplet, puff triplet section, I grabbed from the center of the skein. And that's what gives it that contrast look and really makes the puff triplets pop with the different colors. So do be sure to check the blog post to get the pattern and to see the notes and diagrams for this pattern. There are 3 different sizes offered, and seeing the diagrams I think will help you visualize and be able to complete the blanket correctly. So you can get that free blog post here. To begin the small sample size, I'm just using leftover yarn that I have from the Evergarden blanket, and this is actually leftover yarn from the Everbloom blanket, which is the knit pattern that is the sister pattern to this Evergarden crochet pattern. So anyway, the colors don't quite match what it looks like in the picture, but I didn't want to break into a new skein for this sample. So that's why the colors are a little off. To begin this pattern, I'm going to chain 20. Again, check the blog post to correctly chain the right number for your size. So I made a slip knot, and then I'm just putting it on my hook, and I'm going to begin my chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. To begin row 1, it says that we need to single crochet 1 and second chain from the hook. So this is our first chain from the hook, so we're going to ignore that one. Working into this chain right here is where we'll do our first single crochet. So single crochet into that chain right there. There's 1, and then it says do it again. So into the next chain, single crochet 1. And now we're to our mini ladder stitch portion. To do a mini ladder stitch, you're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch right here, and then work into this stitch. So working into this stitch, this is where we place our single crochet, and that is 1 mini ladder stitch. So again, chain 1, skip this chain, and working into this chain, single crochet 1. Again, chain 1, skip 1, working into that one, single crochet. Once you get the hang of it, you can go pretty fast. We are going to stop this row by doing a single crochet in the last stitch. So work until you have 1 last stitch in this row. Here is my last ladder stitch for this row. So I'm doing my single crochet, and that completes my last ladder stitch for this row, and I have 1 more chain, and so I'm going to single crochet 1 into that last chain. I then am going to turn my work and begin row 2 by chaining 1, single crocheting 2. So into this first chain right here, single crocheting 1, and then single crocheting in the next stitch. So there's my single crochet 2, and then I'm going to do mini ladder stitches all the way across until we reach our last stitch, and then we will single crochet 1. So again, we chain 1, skip this chain stitch that we made, and then single crochet into the single crochet. So these are like stacked linen stitches. If you know how to do the linen stitch, or sometimes it's called the moss stitch, instead of staggering it, it's going to be stacked right on top of each other and look like a ladder. So I've already done my chain 1. I'm going to skip this chain 1 space, working into the single crochet right here, single crochet 1, chain 1, skip this chain 1, and then work into the single crochet. Continue on down. And if you're wondering what the linen stitch looks like, I have a pattern for the linen stitch that uses the linen stitch. It's called the Evening Chic Scarf, and you can get that free pattern here. It's a really fun scarf that uses 2 different yarns and creates a really pretty scarf for evenings out. To begin row 7, I need to show you what needs to happen in the last stitch of row 6. So obviously I have not done row 6, this is just my small sample size, but it is the same as row 2, so it helps us get the idea. So doing a single crochet in that last stitch, pausing when there's 2 loops on my hook, I'm going to grab my new skein of yarn. So if I pulled from the outside to begin with, then this new skein of yarn will be from the inside. And you can see in this picture here that that's what I did in my sample size that I made. So that completes our stitch. We're going to turn, and now we're ready to do row 7. Row 7 begins by chaining 1. And then it says we just need to single crochet in each stitch across. So into this stitch here, single crochet, the next one, single crochet. We've reached our first chain 1. You can see it right here. So working that chain 1, I'm just going to insert my hook and make a single crochet. And now I've reached a single crochet, do a single crochet. So all the way down, we're just single crocheting. And this is setting us up so that we can then do our puff triplets in the next row, and it makes it easier to be able to see where to do our puff triplets, and it also puts it on the right side that we need it to be on. So that's why we're doing this first row of single crochet in this new color. So I will meet you back up when I finish this and I'm ready to do my puff triplet row. For row 8, I'm going to do a chain 1 to begin, and then single crochet 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to do our puff triplet. So we're going to skip this stitch here, and then working into this next stitch, we're going to do a puff triplet. So yarn over, insert hook into this stitch here, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, again, yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop. So now we have 7 loops on our hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through 6 of them. So I have 2 loops left, and then yarn over and pull through those 2. Chain 1, and then we're going to do it again. So yarn over, going into that same stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, same stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, same stitch, draw up a loop. We have 7 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. And now our last one, yarn over, going into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're not going to chain 1 at the end of this one. We're going to skip this stitch right here, and then single crochet into this stitch. So single crochet 1, 2, and 3. So you can see now that we're working, this is our wrong side right now, and you can see that the puff triplets are popping out on the right side. So that's why we needed to do a single crochet row to get us over to then be able to work this wrong side and have the puff triplet pop out on the right side. So you can see kind of what it looks like right now. I thought it kind of looked like a tulip blossom, so that's why I called it the Evergarden Blanket. So anyway, I thought it was just a fun way to make a blanket that kind of looked like flowers and have some fun colors throughout it. All right, let's do it again together. Yarn over, skip this stitch right here, working into the next stitch. We're going to draw up a loop. And when you're drawing up a loop, make sure that you're doing the right height. Otherwise, you're going to have a really squashed tulip cluster or puff triplet, and you're not wanting that. You're not going to want how that looks. So when you yarn over, after you've done it the first time, hold your yarn on your hook with your finger like this, and then yarn over. Otherwise, if you don't hold it, it like folds in on itself and you lose the height. So hold it with your finger, yarn over, and then hold it again to draw up a loop. And that will help you maintain the height you need. Okay, let me double check that I have the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Sometimes when I get talking, I do too many or not enough. So let's do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, draw up a loop. And sometimes also when I'm doing it, I like this middle puff stitch to have a little bit taller of a look than these side ones, because that's kind of how a tulip looks. So I do try to draw up higher for this. So going back into that same stitch, draw up a loop again, and last time, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, going into that stitch again, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. Skip a stitch, single crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, skip a stitch, and now we're going to work this stitch right here. I have reached the end of my row, and you can check yourself if you have 3 stitches after your puff stitch triplet at the end of your row, then you've done it correctly, because we're going to skip this stitch and then single crochet, single crochet. So let's do this last puff triplet together. There's 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, again, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, and last one, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6. So skip this stitch and then single crochet. And then our last single crochet of this row, we need to pause mid-stitch and switch to our first skein color that we used. So I carried it up the side of my project because we're adding a border at the end. So there's no need to fasten off the yarn when you don't have to. So you can just single crochet, or you can just carry the yarn up the side of the project. For row 9, we're going to begin by chaining 1, which I already did. Let me do that on camera with you. Chain 1, and then single crochet 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a front post single crochet around each puff stitch. So going from front to front around the puff stitch, and then single crocheting 1. So again, front to front around the puff stitch, single crochet 1, around the puff stitch, single crochet 1. And then we're going to single crochet 1 in each of these next 3 stitches, and do it again with the front post single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and then regular single crochets, 1, 2, 3. Last time for my small sample, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet in these remaining 2 stitches. So that's what it looks like for row 9. I'm going to give myself a little bit more length so that I can show you how to do the border, and we'll meet back up there. So I added a little bit more length here so that I can show you how to do the border. So after you've finished your blanket, you can fasten off skein 1, and then using skein 2, you can join with a slip stitch and then chain 1. And we're going to single crochet evenly around the entire blanket, just placing 1 single crochet in each chain 1 space, single crochet space, and then for each row along the sides of the blanket. But let me show you how to do a corner and then show you how to work the sides so you can confidently do that. So here is my last stitch in the top of my blanket. So I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then back into that same stitch there, I'm doing another single crochet. And that helps us get a nice corner by doing that chain 1. And so you can see I've worked this row. Now I need to work this row. So I'm going to do a single crochet at the end of this row. So I've done this row, this row. This is my next row. Right here, and then right here, right there. Let me make sure, yeah, right there. Do 1 single crochet in the puff triplet row, and then 1 single crochet for the single crochet row, all the way down. Here is the next corner. So again, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet back into that same stitch. So I'm going to meet back up and we'll do joining the end of row 1 for the border, and then how to work round 1 and then working round 2 together. Okay, I'm playing yarn chicken right now. I'm almost out of my hot pink yarn, and so that's why I had to skip, and then I joined right here and did my corner. So I just finished my corner, so single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and now I'm going to slip stitch to join. So just slip stitch, chain 1 for round 2, and now we're going to do single crochet 2 together. So going into this first stitch, drop a loop, and then go into the next stitch, drop a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then it says that we need to do a front post single crochet around the single crochet 2 together just made. So you can see our front post single crochet is this like dome triangle looking thing. So I am going to go around this stitch like that. So inserting my hook right here from front to back, and then I'm going to drop a loop, single crochet. Going into the next stitch, drop a loop, into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then going around that front or around the single crochet 2 together, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So it creates this like dome twist look, which is really cool, I think. So again, into the next stitch, drop a loop, into the next one, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now not going around this part, but inserting my hook right here around the post, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So just going all the way down, doing our single crochet decrease or single crochet 2 together, and then front post single crochet. This is how you do round 2 of the border. So I have my last stitch and then my chain 1. So going into that one and then the chain 1, this is my single crochet 2 together, and then we do our front post single crochet. So that helps us be able to complete that, which we're then able to go around the corner and do our next single crochet 2 together. Do you see how it creates that nice little corner for us? Like that. So that's how you do the corners. And then when you get all the way around to the beginning of the round there, then you're just going to slip stitch to join. Hey friends, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed making the Evergarden Blanket. If you're looking for another free crochet blanket pattern, I think you'll enjoy this one right here. It's called the Lullaby Luna Blanket, and it has these really cute scalloped details on the border, which I love, so go check it out.